Hey everybody, it's Rick OShay playing Marvel Puzzle Quest. Thanks for jumping on. This is going to be a fun one. We've got new info of the brand new character that's going to be released tomorrow from the time of this video. A 4-star character that we actually covered a couple of weeks ago for our subscribers. We're going to overview this new character here in a little bit. We also need to take on the Crash of the Titans with a tough battle against Carnage with our 4-star Eddie Brock Venom, and then we have a bunch of tokens to draw, and we'll cover a couple of other roster things as we go through. So this will mostly be an overview of that 4-star character. So let's get into the Crash first, then we'll do our tokens, and then we'll do that overview without spoiling it until a little bit later. So by the way, if you're not a subscriber, please consider doing that. We had this info a couple of weeks ago on the new character we're going to cover today. Alright, so in the Crash, it is against Carnage that is leveled up to 270. Our Eddie Brock Venom is 347, so should be way ahead in a health advantage and match damage and stuff like that, and abilities are going to be pretty big deal. In this matchup, I really think you want to change your spec layout to 5 in green if you have him as a champion, and you can take your black down to 3. A lot of you always run him like that anyway. I typically run him at 355 because his black has an ability to reduce enemy projectiles down to essentially worthless. I'm going to leave him at 355 for this match because then I'll always forget to switch him back later and be surprised. So that's not the optimal build, but I think we're going to win regardless here. So let's talk about a little bit of strategy in this match. He is going to be creating a lot of attack tiles against us and for us. So all we need to do is really get ahead on yellow and green. He also has a green ability, so we'll try our best to keep green away from him. But Carnage has a pretty strong red ability. It's only 7 cost, so it's inexpensive, and his green usually hits pretty weak, but you can get lucky if the tentacles happen to hit special tiles, which he creates every turn. Then they can do a lot more damage. So he's not going to be taking or prioritizing yellow for us, and I really think Venom's yellow lethal protector is a strong hitting ability if you play it right. And so what I mean by that is you need to wait until you have enemy projectiles on the board that you create when you do enough damage to the enemy, okay, and save up yellow for a big shot, adding damage for each enemy projectile on the board. Okay, so we need to keep red away from him, and can we do that with some way of lining up green? Not really. I think green looks okay, so let's go ahead and just keep red away. He makes stronger attack tiles for him than he does for us. And he took the green. That's what I was thinking he might go for. He'll also go for black, which is his passive. Black is my passive, and if he gets black, it doesn't matter. It doesn't build up an ability. It just does have one of his top 3 colors worth of match damage. So how do we get more green? I just don't see anything good here. So in that case, I'll just try to line up. He's going to do the match 4 and set us up with the green. I'll do it this way. I was trying to keep that blue attack tile on the board, but lost it with the other direction. He's got 6 green. And our green ability, I should point out, it starts very expensive at a cost of 12, but it's reduced by 1 for every enemy special tile on the board. So Symbiotic Fury is already down to a cost of 7. That'll do a pretty big hit of damage when we're ready for that. There's a couple ways to match yellow. No real threat for red, so let's go here. Lucky extra move there with the black. And so here's something that a lot of people forget about Venom is the other part of his passive. Not only does it reduce enemy projectiles, but it increases his match damage on his colors but it also increases enemy match damage on red and blue, depending on what cover level you have his black set at. So you do get a little bit of a boost to match damage. We have one match in yellow left to qualify that, so we'll just go for green here. Yellow should be easier to get. We haven't been able to do enough damage to create any enemy projectiles. In a lot of matches, Carnage will be creating strong enough attack tiles so that the attack tiles we have will generate a projectile for him every turn, but it's just not strong enough yet, so we just need to get our green down. Need one more green. There it is. He'll probably take it. Unless he goes for white or something. Oh wow, look at this. Carnage rules. Shouldn't be too damaging, but he can get some really big time cascades from that. Alright, here we go. We're set up for the win now. I didn't want to win with green, but we've knocked him down to enough damage where I think our green's going to take him out before we can play yellow. So, let's take a quick look. Symbiotic Fury, yeah, even at cover level 3 would basically take him out here. Let's not play that. Let's go for Lethal Protector. Does pretty good damage in the first place, but then adds 1800 for each projectile on the board. And there's the win. Alright. Hopefully that a little bit of strategy will help you guys out if you haven't beaten it yet so far. And get the legendary token. Very cool. Only a couple of days away till DDQ resets. Anyway, I think I'll play that one later. Let's go into our tokens and then we'll cover the 4-star character release that is coming into the game tomorrow. And that character release is coming, I should have mentioned this at the top of the video. We're getting something back that went away that should be really pretty awesome. So it sounds like it's the return of a feature, an event that kind of accompanies new character releases, if you know what I mean. Alright, Honor Among Thieves is the current story mode event out right now. We could get a Carnage or Totally Awesome Hulk, Carnage, and of course the other highlight items. Couple of 3 stars in a row is great. Do the daily draw. Can we get something good out of this one? Nope, just a 2-star. Lots of time left in that one. So Venom was the crash in a couple of days. We have 4-star Thanos, and I hope this time they put him against an enemy that creates special tiles. I think he would have played awesome against Carnage because of all the special tiles that will be out there, but we'll see. Remind me who he played against last time. I don't think it made a lot of sense to me, but whatever. Alright, Raging Cajun just got over. A couple of tokens there, and we get the 4-star. Man, I think we've been running way too hot on the event tokens. And Emma Frost, okay, she will eventually work toward earning more 5-star Kitty Pride shards. Always good there. Fist Bump is the event that's open now, or right now after Blind Justice wraps up for me here in a little bit. Let's, yeah, we'll wait on those. As we pointed out before, Latest Legends now has Yelena Belova in there, so Black Widow joined Latest, and in less than 2 weeks, Havoc will rotate out, and Apocalypse will come into Latest. So if you need to work on Havoc, consider doing that. Overall, though, if you're waiting on draws and deciding, you should probably wait for Apocalypse if you can. Alright. Elite tokens, just 9. We'll burn those through. Hopefully a couple of 3 stars here. There's 1, Sentry. And tons of Moonstone. Okay. Heroic tokens. We'll do the 10-pack today. We only have 8 individual tokens, so we'll do that 10-pack. with a little higher draw rate odds towards a 4-star. No guarantee, but there's another Angel. Just rebuilt him. And the daily discount will be just a 2-star. So, what are we going to get from this 10-pack? The odds are a little bit better, 1 in 14 instead of 1 in 16 toward getting a 4-star. And the, yeah, I think the likelihood is decent we could get one here. Let's go. Is it going to be all 2-stars? After all this time and waiting with that 10-pack? Oh, man. What a rip. Happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. Alright, well, hey, we're going to do 7 mighty tokens. Maybe our luck will turn up a little bit toward 4 stars and we'll get 1 or 2. We're only going to draw 7 tokens, keep 7 or more for next time. Let's go. We did hit that 4-star from a event token. So we're running okay overall and got the 4-star. Cool. 3, 2, 1. And it's Nova. Interesting enough, he is the character in the Behemoth Burrito right now. I just always wonder if some of that stuff is correlated. Another 4-star. 2 in a row. And there is Gwenpool. Nice. Alright, so we definitely caught way back up on our odds. And the rest will probably be 3 stars. Who knows? Iron Fist. And our last token is Luke Cage. Alright. By the way, up to 91 now, plus 4,300 command points. That puts us at about 265 plus total draws. And that's right about what it would require mathematically to get the characters that I have, the 5 stars, up to 13 covers each. Hulk has 2, Yelena has 3, and Apocalypse only has 1 cover right now. So in a week and a half or 2 weeks, we should be in pretty good shape to get close to 13 covers on each of those latest legends. Let's go to our tokens and then we'll do our character overview of the new 4-star this week. Probably blast through these 2s to keep it under control with time here a little bit. Got Max on Wolverine again and on Cap. Need to pull some basic tokens. Oh, and we have a purchase I need to do in the Hero Points store, or in the resources store, I guess. We're gonna do a purchase there. Don't let me forget that. Champ on Magneto, or a Max Champ again. Great. Three days on Thor. Sounds good. 3 stars. 43 3 stars. Black Widow shards. X-23, 4-star cover. Very nice. Build up our duplicate Daredevil a little bit. I'll do those saved covers myself, since there's no rewards in that. Max Champ Cyclops got the legendary token there. Very cool. By the way, did you see the kind of the hourglass, like the spyglass choice at the top right corner. I didn't notice that for a long time. I know it was an update from a few weeks ago, but patch takes a few levels, and there are the 3 stars I need to get working on duplicating. Sounds good. Let's go to the force. What do we have for 4 stars? 14 of them. X23 command points coming up next. Gwenpool with the 10,000 ISO and 25 CP coming up next. Awesome. Nova with the 500 hero points. He also has 25 command points coming up next. Great. There's our Emma Frost, and number of levels away from Kitty Shards. We'll have to hit a legendary on the way. Bunch more Carnage here. So I think I'm going to take him up to 330 and then maybe switch my bonus hero. We'll see. Lots of Craven, including more command points. That's what we need. Would love to rush up toward 5,000, maybe 4,800 plus command points by the time Apocalypse rotates in. Got the 250 Daredevil shards from Kingpin. That's nice. Daredevil was in my store the other day, and I forgot to purchase his shards with hero points. That's why I don't want to forget to do that at the end of this level run here we're doing, and more Daredevil coming up next. Cloak and Dagger with the big level. Drax 250 on Star-Lord. Train up my Iron Fist a little bit. 131 with 1.5 levels worth of shards. Looks good. For my duplicate there, a little bit of CP from MODOK, and Shuri needs to be re-rostered and rebuilt again. And there's my Apocalypse that we got so lucky to hit on the last video. I need to get him recruited. I think I'll go ahead and spend the HP on this one for the roster slot. I don't have anyone to sell right now. And there it is. Finally got him rostered. He's only got 1 cover. Not too awesome to play quite yet, but great to have an early start on him, of course. Cool. Let's go to our shards, and then we'll get to work. Let's see. All we really have to do for shards is saving up on those lower level characters till I know where their natural covers land. So I guess we'll just do Star-Lord for 250 hero points. Level 462 with an LT coming up next. Real quick look at his green. His team damage is now 8,800. Alright. And is that all we're going to do with shards? I think so. Take a quick look here at 5-star Daredevil. I'm trying to build him up compared to other characters. 260 shards now, so I'll probably buy some levels of him next time he appears in the store. But that's what we're going to do with Thor. You can see he's at 340 shards. Needs 160 to level up to the next level. Well, I'm not going to buy 160 shards. I think I'm just going to buy 80 now and try to remember to buy another 80 next time he's in the store, because the first few levels are a lot less expensive than the next 6 levels would be for hero points. So here we go. This is expensive, but it's going to be worth it. There's 1, 2, and 4. So if you take a look back, he's now up to 420 total shards, and we'll buy 4 levels, 20 each next time, and he'll be at a nice level. I think that's probably a good way to do it, because if you look here at, scroll back for Valkyrie, she has 250 out of 400 shards to her next level, and it'll be a little bit until she hits another Thor at level 355. So nice to get him perfectly even. All right, I think that's enough for the roster stuff. That's kind of where we're at right now. A lot of 5 stars have a bunch of shards built up toward levels, mostly back here. And there's a new character, so half a level on Yelena and Hulk, basically, and Apocalypse. Nice. Okay, so let's talk about 4 stars and who the new character is going to be released. Again, if you're a subscriber, we talked about this early info that we received and discussed with our other friends about this 4-star character. She looks to be really interesting. I don't know how much play she's going to get, but let's jump over and take a quick look. It's Patsy. This is the Hellcat character. She looks pretty interesting to me with a couple of her abilities. So the first thing to notice is, of course, she's a hero, but the other affiliation is Defenders. We need more Defenders in the game. We only have a handful, and there's really no synergy you get from the Defenders affiliation really yet. It's probably more so used by the game to limit who can be used in certain nodes, like you have to use a Defender in a certain battle, etc. But maybe at some point we're going to get some sort of bonus if you run a couple of Defenders together. And we've also talked about supports can do that really well too. So maybe there will be a Defender-only support coming down the line. Who knows if they'll ever get to that. But let's look at Patsy Walker here. So, of course, she is a 4-star. She is a yellow, red, and purple. The powers listed in this list below are in a different order than the pre-info we had before for our insider info. If you're a subscriber, I'll put up a link to that up above toward the top right so you can get in to see what we said the first time we saw this info and compare it to what we run through here. All right, this will be kind of quick, but you can read through this again. It'll be on the forums here soon. So from child celebrity to mystical crime fighter, Patsy Walker is used to living in the spotlight, always ready to jump into action at a moment's notice. Patsy does whatever she can to help a friend or the city of New York as the inimitable Hellcat. You go ahead and try to say that fast. With a strong moral compass and the Defenders at her back, criminals best watch out. All right, so it's Patsy. We'll probably look at the level 5 info for the most part. For a cost of 7 yellow, in times of trouble, everyone looks to Patsy for guidance. Create a 1-turn black repeater tile that improves friendly strike or attack or protect tiles by a certain amount every single turn. While one of these is on the board, friendly powers cost 1 less to a minimum of 3. And let's look at power level 5 to talk about that ability. Improves friendly strike and attack tiles by a max level of 76 each turn if that repeater is on the board. 76 doesn't sound necessarily huge, but there's no limit on how many you're improving. So if you have 3, 5, or 10 special tiles on the board, she's going to increase each of those every single turn, no matter if you have more or less than the enemy. And also you get a 1 cost reduction on any ally powers. So if you play yellow early, her other abilities will cost 1 less. I was hoping from the preview info that the cost reduction would go up to 2 and maybe even a cost reduction of 3 like other characters like Shuri and like Star-Lord does 2 or 3. And so it's only a difference of 1. But she's got inexpensive powers, 7, 7, and 6. Let's look at swipe right. So basically select a tile and destroy all tiles in that chosen row. The tiles don't deal damage but don't generate AP. Also, she creates green strike tiles for this cost of 7. You probably want to play yellow, and then this would only cost 6 immediately once the repeater's on the board. But at level 5, it creates strength 116 strike tiles at base level with 5 covers, but at champ level it's 239. So 3 times 239 strike tiles isn't bad, especially considering she might be able to increase those strike tiles every turn after that repeater's on the board. So the cool thing is you get to select and destroy all tiles in a certain row. That can be super helpful to destroy enemy countdowns like Kitty Pryde's red countdown. It won't trigger Kitty's defense if you destroy it right away on that row, and a bunch of other people have special tiles you might want to destroy, or destroy a row that sets you up with an extra move or a match 4 and stuff like that. But it also plays into her next ability, cat-like reflexes. So it's a cost of 6, and again, you can reduce it down to 5. And with her demon sight and enhanced dexterity, Hellcat's grappling hook always hits its mark. Swap up to 4 random enemy special tiles to the bottom row and deal damage to the target. So let's look at level 5. Swaps up to 8 enemy special tiles to the bottom row, where you could get automatic matches. Maybe if they're all the same color enemy special tiles, like all one color repeater, all one color strike tile, or something like that. That could be an automatic match. But the point is, you get damage when you do it, and you could set that up to play cat-like reflexes prior to swipe right. So you could move a bunch of enemy specials to the bottom row, and then destroy that specific row and destroy a bunch of enemy specials. That sounds kind of cool. I think there's a lot of reasons where that would be a very tactical play to move, but that's really her only direct damage, keep in mind, right? So yellow is a repeater that increases special tile strength, but no direct damage hit. Swipe right will move enemy specials to the bottom row, but swipe right destroys the row and you get damage for the tiles, but no actual ability damage. So only her purple has a shot of damage. So she'll be a teammate, but not your main damage dealer. I think her abilities sound pretty cool. I'm glad that they are inexpensive. No real passive besides what you get from the special tile increases. So she's coming out, should be out. She's out tomorrow, and then she has a special store and stuff coming out a couple days after that. But the big deal that I wanted to cover is after, alongside her release debut, and her availability in Webbed Wonder and otherwise, is the point that Welcome to Shield sounds like the new version of the revamped Shield training that we had before for 4-star character releases. I think this sounds great. We don't know really much anything about what it's going to be about. I'm sure they will tell us by tomorrow on the forums from the developers, or maybe even at some point today. So it's it runs for a couple of days. You get progression rewards in the Welcome to Shield feature or event, if you want to call it that. Looking forward to be able to get shards, and it's not even a cover, so you can pick what color you need when you get enough shards. I like that. So let me know in the comments what you think that Welcome to Shield might be like, and looking forward to that big time. And then Cat Out of Hell is going to be the name of her PvP, and everybody will get to play her at low levels for fun and learning how she works. So that's it, guys. Just wanted to cover the brand new 4-star character. Looking forward to see what teams you think she will play well with now that we know her color structure and AP costs and damage. I think she doesn't really seem to have any obvious defenders advantage with other 4-stars like Iron Fist and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, etc. But color-wise, I think there's a lot of mixes we could put together. Thanks a lot. Please consider becoming a subscriber if you aren't already, and you could have been in on this character info weeks early, and we're going to do the same thing again on a new character within a week or so from today, that we have release info on the next potential 5-star. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks a lot for watching, and everybody who's been with us for a long time. See you next time.